What up, what up, what up? Happy Friday. What's up, planet Earth people, live streaming people, web surfing people, Facebook people, YouTube people, Twitter people? That's where we're at. This is the Triggered Coffee live stream. I've been doing this for almost a month now, almost 2 months. I've been going streaming live every day, trying to dive into this little live streaming network, see what's popping off, see what's going on, learn some things about it. It's all new. The chat has been interesting. I've been introduced to the chat. That live streaming chat is not a game. It shows up powerful and weird, and sometimes it shows up in groups, and it's kind of wild. But I've been introduced to the chat, man. I'm starting to get a little system in the chat over the last couple of days. The chat has respected the rules, and here are the rules as people start to fall in. Here are the rules. Rules are simple. If it's funny, it lives. If it's funny, it lives. That's really the rules. Now, if you slide in the chat with some racist BS and it ain't funny, it's just hateful, it ain't gonna get no attention. And you're just gonna wake up to a ban. I've learned how to block and ban you random trolls that ain't got no jokes. If it's homophobic, if you just popping in to tell me how gay I look or something crazy like that, it ain't even gonna live. It ain't gonna get no attention. But now, if you got some roasts, if you got something funny to say about how you feel I look or I present myself on the chat, if you get a laugh out of me, it'll live, man. It'll live. So that's really the only rules of the chat. I'm really not giving too much attention to the haters on this chat, and I know that a lot of you pull up with that. Do you know Stray Kids? That is what I get asked a lot on the chat. So I have actually looked up Stray Kids. Let me see. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. So I have looked up Stray Kids, and this is the person y'all keep saying I look like. Bang Chang from Stray Kids. Now, I don't see it. Yo, I don't see it. But okay, man, Bang Chang ain't got no facial hair. He seems to be Korean and not black. Uh 17, 18 years old. I don't see it. But this is more than anything that I've gotten on this stream. It has been this. Do you know Stray Kids? You look like Bang Chang from Stray Kids. And I'm just going to take it as a compliment, man. Cool. Bang Chang from Stray Kids. Now I know Stray Kids. I know Stray Kids because y'all wanted me to know Stray Kids. So now I know. So now I know. So the answer is yes. I do know Stray Kids. Hey, what's up? I'm from Sri Lanka. You know the funny thing about Sri Lanka? I used to have a client from Sri Lanka, this beautiful young lady. Uh, she was a client of mine, and we worked together. I was a personal trainer her, and you know, I would make jokes during the session, and one of my jokes she was not fucking with, and she fired me. And that was after like a year and some change of us working, working out together. So these jokes aren't created equal. They're dangerous. I've learned the hard way. Sometimes you gotta be careful who you joke about, what you joke about, who you joke around. Even if people are fucking with your jokes, you say the wrong thing. That joke could ruin everything. I am 44. What's up, chat? What's up, chat? Good to see you guys. Looks pretty healthy so far. Hello from St. Louis. Good to see you. What's up, Purple Groovy? Yeah, I remember you. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Say Jay. I feel like you're trying to tell me to say something I shouldn't be saying. All right, man. This is the Trigger Coffee live stream. We go live every morning at 9 a.m. for about 30 minutes, man. And I talk about my triggers. I talk about what's coming up. I talk about the things that I've gathered along the way to kind of help me out with these triggers throughout this life journey, man. And I think we all need a little bit of help because it's hard outside. This is what I talked about yesterday. Inside, there's no problems inside. It's outside, man. It's outside. All right. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This has been an interesting week, man, because it's been good, bad, and ugly. Well, not much ugly, but good, and there's been some resistance coming up, starting with a situation I had, and I've been talking about this last Sunday, where a comic that I thought I had a good relationship with went out of his way to try to sabotage my relationship with the club that I was uh, performing at. And man, I'm not going to lie. This dude has been living rent free in my brain. My brain has been traveling in all types of directions. Ram, brother. Ram like LA Rams? Like you a Ram fan? Pull up to Great Street Watts crib. What? Pull up? Nah. I stay on this side of the 10, but y'all do you. Y'all be well, man. God bless you and Happy New Year and all that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so so this has been an interesting week, because I've been having to manage my thoughts, man, and sometimes that's the more difficult part when something triggers you, something you know kicks you out of your vortex, out of your high vibration. It's just the thoughts, managing the thoughts, and you know how that brain works. You start snowballing with negative thoughts, man. Them thoughts will take you downtown. Am I right? Them thoughts will take you downtown. Yo, brother, what's up? What's up? What's good? How we doing? How we feeling? Ash227S. Some of these names, man. Where y'all get these names from, man? So this has been an interesting, more of a challenging week for me. Just managing my thoughts, just based on this one situation with this one person, because it's always the situations that kind of throw you off guard, unexpected, didn't really expect it coming from somebody that I've worked with, known, appreciated, showed love to, you know, and also paid money to. I paid this guy to be on one of my shows. So it was a very triggering situation. And the triggers haven't stopped there, man, because I had therapy yesterday and I want to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it. I go to therapy. I usually go to therapy once a week. I've been in therapy for 8 years. I'm going to be a little vulnerable with y'all. I did a little bit of jail time 8 years ago for a violent offense. And since I got out of jail, I've been going to therapy, anger management, and things of that nature, trying to correct some things that are causing distress in my life. And that's why I stay in therapy. Hey, what's up? I usually look forward to therapy. Um, but I've lately have had trouble finding the right therapist. So I was seeing a therapist for nearly 7 years, and she was a fantastic therapist. And after a while, she was like, "Man, I can't help you anymore. You need something a little deeper." And she suggested that I look into EMDR therapy, which is trauma therapy, therapy that kind of helps with PTSD and certain things like that. So she kind of cut me loose. And since then, I've been looking for trauma therapy. And let me tell you, it has been a complete mess trying to find the right therapist. I did I went to so I was looking for online therapists. A lot of these therapists are now have now gone to Zoom and online and things like that. All right, my grandpa punishes me, stink star when I make too much noise at night. P- punishes me, stink star? What's punishes me, stink star? Stop making noise at night. That's an easy fix. Shut up at night. Grandpapa need to get some rest, man. Like Papa need to get some rest. Shut it down at night. Easy fix. Boom. Next one. Right? We on to the next one after that. Okay. Chat's getting a little weird. Nothing too crazy yet. So I'm gonna let you live. Do you ever wish you were right? Do I ever wish I was right? Listen, chat. Listen, chat. Before you jump into the chat, I want you to put your comment in Chat GPT so they don't make you look like you're an idiot. I'm pretty sure you meant to say, "Do I ever wish I was white?" But you can't spell. Do you ever wish that you could spell good? All right. So I was talking, as I was saying, therapy. My la- my last rap album. Which one was that? So many. Which last rap album? Which rapper are you trying to say I look like? I'm curious. Stray Kids. Stray Kids. Stray Kids. There you go. Copy that. What's up, so simple, too deep? What's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome back to the stream. I'm talking about therapy right now. I'm talking about therapy right now because Yoga Mats and Big Racks. Yo, that's a fire album title. Yoga Mats and Big Racks. Kanye West. I have gotten that before on the stream that I look like Kanye West. I don't see it, but maybe it's the beard. Hey, what up? What up? What up? What up? All right, man. I was talking about therapy, man. Let me just kind of finish this story. Y'all jumping into the stream, and it's been fun. Long live masonry. Okay, you a Freemason? Can I say? No, I can't say nothing. What's up, dude? It is morning. It is 9:14 in the morning. I got 15 more minutes of this stream. I get on here every day for 30 minutes. I've been spitting facts since the stream started, man. Just pay attention. I'm gonna finish this little story about therapy, man. I went to therapy yesterday. It was a little triggering. Therapy has been interesting. I've been looking for a therapist to do trauma therapy, um, and it's been tough. It's been hard. So I was doing these online. I was looking for these online trauma therapists because a lot of people are doing it over Zoom and whatnot, and they were all disasters. I went through three different ones, and they all sucked. So I asked insurance provider, like, yo, I need to see somebody in person. Like, the online thing ain't working. It's not working for me. So they hooked me up with the therapist pretty close to my house, about 25 minutes away. And yeah, it was nice to be in person. This lady seemed very nice and knowledgeable, and we started talking, and things were good. Things were great. We had a few sessions, but we weren't really diving into any of the EMDR, which is the thing that I came to do. And, every time I brought it up, it was like, I don't think you're ready for it. And I'm just like, man, what? So, yesterday, before therapy, you have to fill out this questionnaire about, and the questionnaire is like, how are you feeling emotionally? And I'm pretty honest and transparent when I fill out this questionnaire about how I'm feeling emotionally. Now, the last time I filled this out and I asked about EMDR therapy, she told me that because I'm not feeling well emotionally, we can't start EMDR. And I'm like, what? So within that week, I've been talking to people like, do you have to feel a certain way to get into EMDR? The biggest thing the more common thing that I was hearing is it's when you're not feeling well emotionally is when you should be doing EMDR. So it's been a kind of confusing um, experience with this new therapist, and I like the therapist. I think she's good. She's helped me with triggers. She's helped me with dealing with some relationships in my family, and stuff like that. So yesterday I filled out the questionnaire, and at the end of the questionnaire it says, do you agree with everything your therapist provider and the plan that she's doing, blah, blah, blah? And it gives you options. I disagree. I somewhat disagree. I somewhat agree. I totally agree. So I put I somewhat agree. I didn't put like I disagree. I just put I somewhat agree. And I somewhat do agree because we have been doing a lot of talk therapy and it has been helping me. It's not like it's been trash, but that's not what I came for. And yo, she was visibly pissed at that review. Yo, she was upset. It was awkward, dude. It was awkward. She was upset that I gave her not the best review before the session. It was about, I'll say it was about 15 minutes of awkwardness that that I kind of sat through. And there was at one point that I was like, man, just go, just leave. I was thinking about leaving the session, but I fought through that. From my experience with therapy, it's when you get resistance that's where the best breakthrough things happen. For instance, during Christmas, or actually this was during Thanksgiving, I was not getting along with my mother-in-law, and to the fact we weren't talking. We live in the same house, my mother-in-law, and we weren't even talking, speaking to each other. I wasn't speaking to her. I didn't want to speak to her ever again. That's how upset I was. And when I was talking about this in therapy, my therapist said, you're dealing with a lot of resentment issues. And she started bringing that up, and she started giving me suggestions about resolving and confronting these resentment issues that I have. And it was so hard to hear. But I received it, and then I made amends with my mother in law. And now we're good. So, from my experience, when resentment comes, or when hard, tough things come up in therapy, that's where you need to dive deeper. And so, anyways, but this was a weird session because it was, it felt like my therapist was upset with me for giving her a not so good review, and I'd had to kind of push through that because it made me want to run away. It made me want to just like get out of there, just like leave, you know. So it was definitely, what did my mother in law do to break you? Ooh, this is gonna get juicy. So I have a very strong boundary when it comes to my son. So that's what it was. I have a very strong boundary that I didn't even know that I have, but I've always had it when it comes to anybody that thinks that they could give me advice on how to raise my son, how to talk to my son, if you think you know better than I do about how I'm guiding my son, that's a great way to get me to explode. And she's done it a few times, and and uh, and yeah, that's something I need to kind of look at. So that's what it was. You know, um, she crossed the boundary that I have, that I didn't even really know that I had put in place, but my wife, made me kind of aware of it. Like after I made amends, my wife was like, you've cut people off for criticizing you about things you do with your son. Like, for instance, I'm an athlete, I'm a personal trainer, and uh, I do all these different things. Like, I do all these healthy things. One of the things I was doing was I was taking ice baths regularly. When ice baths really started becoming popular. And my son, he's also an athlete. He plays basketball. So I was making him take ice baths, but I wasn't making him stay in the ice baths long. I was only making him stay in for like 60 seconds, right? Because I wanted him to experience it and to shock his body and his system. And somebody that I knew for a while kind of criticized me on because I posted a video and criticized me on social media. And I cut that person off for a while, for a long time. And we're talking now again, but our relationship has not ever been the same since that. Since that. So yeah, you really want to see me challenged in my emotions? Criticize me when it comes to my son. Like that's a huge trigger for me. So, so yeah, so yeah, Purple Groovy. That was it. That was the trigger, and another something I'm paying attention to and working through. Say no more. Truly understand. Yeah, it's the kids, man. It's the kids. Like it's a big trigger for me, man. You know, it's one of the things that I'm like, at least I'm doing a good job doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, everything else is like a roller coaster in my life, up, down, acting, comedy, you know, jobs and comedy show producing. Who knows when it's gonna work, when it's not gonna work, when it's gonna click, when people are gonna start liking it, when I'm gonna feel good at it. But I do feel like I'm a good dad, and that's one thing that I'm like really grounded in. It's just being the best dad as I can. So when I get criticized or someone tries to step on my toes on how I'm being a dad, yeah, that's how you get me to turn. Or that's how you challenge me. It's a really hard trigger to avoid. Can you take criticism regularly though? I could take criticism regularly. Yeah. I mean, I'm an actor and a comedian. So I take criticism regularly, whether I like it or not. People are always criticizing artists as if they're supposed to, you know. What's weird is when, your peers criticize you behind your back. That's weird to me. What language are they speaking in the chat? You know, I really at this point I'm just kind of like just like scrolling past some of these comments that are just here to troll because that's kind of what I think it is. Um, but yeah, there's a lot going on in the chat today, but not a lot of hate. So I'm proud of you guys. You just can't handle being challenged. I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. And I also think that's hilarious that you wanted to put that in all caps. You think all caps is driving your point home? It's not that I don't like being challenged. I do like being challenged. I'm challenged often. I'm in a very challenging industry. So it's not that, but I do have triggers. This is the Triggered Coffee podcast. I'm talking about it. It does me talking about my triggers and what kind of gets me out of my flow state. Does it bother you? Because it kind of seems like it does, especially when you throw all caps at me. Are you yelling at me? What's the all caps? I I too can't. Okay, yeah. Now you settled down. Not all caps. I appreciate that. I can. It's the behind the back. I just recently dealt with that on Sunday. Someone tried to talk about bad about me behind my back, and it got back to me. It usually gets back to people. That's why I don't understand why people do it. Why do it? It's gonna get back. But yeah, it just never feels good. And that's kind of what I've been dealing with all week, just managing my thoughts about this situation with this person that spoke poorly about me behind my back, man. Oh man, we are closing third base. Why am I always on Grinder, man? This is the second time I got that comment, man. I must be on Grinder. I must be on it because this is the second time I've gotten that question. Why am I always on Grinder? I don't know. I didn't even know I was on it, but like now, I mean, I must be on it because y'all follow me on Grinder. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Grinder. You know what I'm saying? Any follow's a good follow. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel, follow me on Grinder. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm on it. All right, man. This has been a good time, man. Chat's been pretty healthy, man. I'm proud of you. I want to give a shout out to Purple Groovy 172. Appreciate you. Good to see you again. So Simple 2D. Appreciate you. So Simple. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in on the stream. We're here every morning, 9 a.m. 30-minute stream, just talking about triggers and talking about tools and talking about how to move through this journey in a healthy way. Holla back. Subscribe to the channel. Monday is Comedy Fitness Live, 7:30, live comedy show. Subscribe to the Comedy Fitness Live channel. That's every Monday at 7:30. I will be back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Hope you have a wonderful Friday. It's Friday, man. It is Friday. You get to move in that high Friday vibration, man. Take advantage of this day. It is Friday. Feel good, look good, be good. I'll see you next week. I'll see you tomorrow. Next week. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.